Yo, yo, RX back with another stream. This time it is Thursday night, which is a rare time I actually go live on Thursday, but it is for a good reason. As I think the only meaningful day of the NBA season, the NBA trade deadline. I'll be back for the rare time between Tuesday and Friday to talk about the deadline a little bit. 'Cause I want to. Like I said, it's the only important day of the NBA season, to be honest. We talk about the NFL, we talk about MMA. I like basketball. Well, I did. I still keep up with it, but it's definitely my fourth favorite sport, but still intriguing. And deadline day is still the most only actually important day of the NBA season. And yeah, we had some interesting moves. No Giannis, no Karl-Anthony Towns, sadly, but we'll still talk about it. Probably won't be a long stream. I doubt anyone gonna watch this bullshit. But yeah, ramble for a little bit, go over all the trades that happened, talk about it for the teams, and go from there. So right in the smack dab middle of Super Bowl week, kind of taking all the headlines away from the Super Bowl because until the game, who gives a fuck? UFC, it's an Apex card, no one cares. Even though it's actually a good card, I will have the breakdown for it out tomorrow. But yeah, really the NBA's week, the only week anyone actually cares about it. And yeah, that's what I can talk about it. Shot away. Let me get the screen share up. A little bright, but not good for sore eyes. I'm the weak. Keep a little this late, gotta keep y'all up. Gotta keep myself up. Yeah. I already got it up right here. NBA trade deadline. Like I said, pretty basic. Probably about 20-30 minutes. Just bored and want to talk about deadline. And if nothing big happened, I wouldn't even waste time doing this. Let some shit happen, so we'll talk about it. Beginning with, well, I guess they're throwing this into the trade, and this is just on their.com. Let's talk about everything that's here. Being with obviously the first trade that we knew about a month ago, the Trae Young trade to the Wizards. Terrible fucking trade for Trae. Hawks got fucked over here, but they can only blame themselves for being that stupid. So, yeah, shitty trade. Talked about that a while ago. Then begin the actually trade deadline deals, beginning with my team, the Cavaliers, not even their biggest or best trade that they had. We gave DeAndre Hunter up, we took Keanu, Dennis Schroeder, and whoever the fuck Emmanuel Miller is, and Chicago got Sarge and 2 picks. I'm not thrilled about this. I've heard good things about Keanu, hopefully decent. Schroeder, they're very cared for. Giving up DeAndre Hunter, meh. I'm not too upset about that. I think we got him at last trade deadline, and now we send him off here. Fine, pretty fine for all three sides. Chicago steals a few picks in there. Sacramento gets a player to help them tank. We get hopefully a decent young guard. I'm fine with it. Again, not the most notable move that we had this trade deadline, so not the most important. But we actually did have the biggest move of the deadline, I would say, but it wasn't this. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't think I'm gonna grade any of these. If it warrants a grading, but yeah, I'm more than fine with giving up pretty much nothing for hopefully some guys who don't shit the bed. And in the playoffs, like the rest of our team. And then we got one of the many filler trades. Portland got a bench depth. Atlanta got picks. No one cares. Pistons. Oh yeah, this was that weird ass trade. Fucking the Detroit got Kevin Herter and Dario, who like the only things can stay on that team. They had a first round pick, which is really nice. Chicago got Conley, who I think they already waived, and Jaden Ivey. That's not bad. And Minnesota got money. Not a lot. Mike Conley and Jaden Ivey are interesting. Conley's probably already waived and gone back to Minnesota. Jaden, fine. Kevin Herter, I forgot he's even still in the league. Dario Saric just getting passed around like nothing. Yeah, nothing amazing there. It is what it is, I guess. Detroit's already the debatably best team in the East. This doesn't change or change it after the better or worse. So, pretty basic. Then we got the first really shocking trade that we saw. Memphis giving up Triple J, Jock Liddell, and other nobodies for pretty much nothing. Weird, very weird for them to do that. Like, they're going into full tank mode, they didn't even trade Ja. So that's very weird to like 3 first round picks is nice. They got more for Triple J than Atlanta or Dallas got for Luka and Trey, so what does that tell you? Yeah, some 2 random young guys and 2 random vets who are probably none of them are going to be on the team next year. Then you gave up Triple J and 3 scrubs. Good for Utah. I think they're building a really solid team over there. They could really be a top 6 team in the East or in the West next year, possibility. And then Memphis, yeah, they're just fucking tanking. Whether their job's gonna be gone, probably during the off season. So see what they get there. They had 3 firsts for Triple J. What the fuck are they gonna get for Ja? Yeah, not much to say there. Good trade for Utah. Really good trade for Utah. Again, George, Laurie, Triple J, Kessler. Building a solid fucking team over there. Best they've looked since D-Mitch and Gobert. See how far they can go. And I think they have better big men than Gobert. And obviously no one's going to be as good as D-Mitch. But they could really be decent next year. So, not bad. Then, yeah, no one cares about this Tyus Jones for money. Who cares? Fucking Oklahoma got Mason Plumlee for some rando in a second. Cool. Mason Plumlee sucks, but when your whole team's injured, you need what you can get, so. Wait. We'll get. Now, speaking of the Thunder and getting players, now this is a real trade for them that is actually fucking terrifying that they were able to pull this off. They got Jared McCain for a first and 3 other second round picks. Yeah, that's scary. They add another good young player into their core. They're already going to win the championship again. It's not even a fucking debate. Now you just make them better when everyone's injured. Give him a guy who's really good. No idea why Philly would trade him. Him, Maxine, VJ were going to be the future of that fucking team, but they're fucking still pretending PG and Embiid can even fucking move. Yeah, but A plus for the Thunder to give up nothing. You didn't give up Wallace or Lou Dort or anything. You just gave up picks, and you're already a top team and the best team in the NBA. That's insane. That is truly fucking insane. Yeah, easy A plus for them. Terrifying move that they got a really good player for nothing to add to their already great team. Whatever was that? Yeah, just give them the championship now. They're gonna three-peat. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna say that. And then, speaking of my team and the biggest trade of the deadline, I would say, because Harden is better than AD and will actually play, we have the biggest move of the deadline. I can't. Still a little bit weird to think about this one, but I like it. I know some people are not a fan of it. As a Cavs fan, I fucking love it. We got James Harden and gave up Darius Garland in 2 seconds. I'm fine with it. Yeah, Harden's 10 years older, but he fucking plays more. And Garland, yeah, he's gonna go to the Clip, probably get injured every other game, and I'm happy with it. They give up nothing else besides DG and 2 picks. Fuck yeah, we got James Harden for a year till he asks to be traded next year. Really, it helps us in our playoff run. Are we going to do anything? No, I think Detroit and New York are going to smack the shit out of us. But fuck, we could easily, I'd say maybe sneak into the ECF if we got lucky. And yeah, Harden, D-Mitch, Allen, Mobley, whoever the fuck our small forward is. I like it. I really like it. Upgrade, maybe. The only reason you call it an upgrade is again he'll actually play, unlike Garland. But we're gonna find out. Come playoff time, we know Harden never shows up in the playoffs, but at least now he has guys like D-Mitch and Mob to carry him. See what happens. I'm very intrigued there, and yeah, Migs moved the deadline. I'm happy with it for my team. Yeah, good luck over there in Flipperland, DG. And yeah, not much to say. Biggest trade deadline, which sad. It should have been Giannis. Fuck, we got James Harden. Awesome. Next, Eric Gordon. Yeah, trade for nothing. No one cares. And speaking of our trades, we gave up Lonzo Ball and I don't know Ball. Oh, they don't even have us here. So we really just gave them Lonzo and got nothing in return. Yeah, so Lonzo to Utah in 2 seconds. Jock Landale got moved again. Man, it's a shame what Lonzo's career has been. Now he got waived by Utah. I'm praying he goes to the Hornets just for the memes. Why not? Yeah, and talking about injuries, how badly they fucked Lonzo's career. Never saying dude was gonna be an all-star, but fuck, the dude could still be decent. Now he's been waived by the goddamn Jazz. It's sad. Let's see what Lonzo's career has turned into, and hey, at least LaMelo's good until he gets moved as well. I wonder what LiAngelo's doing. Yeah, what can you say? Just Lonzo, a giant what if. I guess, because should have and could have been better. And then they go to the Chris Paul getting screwed over trade. Paul sent to Toronto, who already waived him. Uchi Agbagi, who I think we drafted a few years ago and traded for D-Mitch. Pick, and writes to some rando. Yeah, poor Chris Paul gets fucked over by the Clippers and then traded and then waived by Toronto, probably to never play again. I say he should go to the Lakers and retire with LeBron. Why not hang out with his buddy he never got to play with? He never got to play on the Lakers. So that'd be kind of shoving it to the Clippers that he retired on the real team in LA. That'd be fun, but I doubt he ever plays again. And yeah, what a shitty retirement tour. But what I expect from the Flippers, not dump up an organization. And speaking of the Lakers, they got Luke Kennard for Gabe Vincent. Cool. Maybe that an upgrade, I guess. Which guy do you want sitting in the corner and shooting? I guess Kennard. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, simple. I guess is an upgrade. Cool. And then we get to the Golden State portion of it. I don't know why I don't got their other trade right here as well, but I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. They gave up one of their young players for a pick. Cool. Definitely not their main trade. Chicago got Yabusele Ali and cash for Dalen Terry. That kind of feels like an underpay. Since Yabusele Ali has actually been pretty good since coming back to the league. Don't you give up some random dude for him is, yeah, it's a pretty fucking good deal for Chicago. Good for them. This one really was weird. Fucking Jose Alvarado trade for, so again, Dalen Terry and picks. If you thought he was gonna leave in free agency, cool, but also I don't know. Alvarado's a good spark plug, very good player. Have really helps the Knicks. I don't know if that pushed them over the Pistons. we'll see. That's more likely going to be the Eastern Conference Finals. So we'll see how that happens and what happens there. But, Alvarado, good addition for New York. Gets a really good backup. And good spark plug. What else can I really say? And then the very weird fucking Kobe White trade, which we knew he was probably going to get traded, but not where or not who or where I thought he would have went. Him and Mike Conley go to Charlotte for that dang guy, Colin Sexton, picks. It's the team that gave you the best offer. You can tell me no, actually, like top teams gave a good offer for Kobe White. I kind of struggle to believe that. You're telling me like none of these teams, Minnesota didn't fucking, none of these teams gave a legit fucking Milwaukee if they want to keep Giannis happy. None of them could offer anything better than a rando Colin Sexton who's cool, and seconds for Kobe White who's really good. That's weird. Good for sure. Amazing move for Charlotte. Him and LaMelo, Knipple, Brent Miller, all the other guys they got. That's a good team. They're really building a fucking solid team there. And yeah, we'll see how he plays out there. If they really are going to move LaMelo, which I wouldn't be fucking shocked. Kobe White's really fucking good to take over the keys there. Him and Con Knipple. See what happens. Great move for Charlotte. It would have been cool to see Kobe go to a real team. And, yeah, good for him. And then Chicago trade their other young guard. Speaking of Minnesota, I don't know why you went over after Ayo instead of Kobe, but Minnesota gets Ayo Dosunmu for Rob Dillingham, some rando, and picks. Actually, you got more picks for Ayo's than fucking Kobe. How interesting. Yeah, sure. They had pretty much the same trade as the Kobe White trade. So, just would you rather get fucking Colin Sexton or Rob Dillingham? And a few more picks. Cool. Dosunmu, just like Kobe White's very good. I think Kobe's better. And I don't even think that's a thought. I think it's kind of just a fact. But Dosunmu's good. I'll help Minnesota, who did not gut themselves for Giannis, even though it would have been cool if they did. And, yeah, good for both sides. Chicago frees Dosunmu. Minnesota gets a good player, a real starting point guard instead of 90-year-old Mike Conley and Rob Dillingham. And, yeah, good trade. Very good trade for Minnesota. Actually, this did not happen today. This happened like 3 days ago, but we'll still talk about it on the order that they have it. Boston gets Vucevic and a pick for Fernie and a pick. Good for both. Chicago gets another guard. They're really getting guards now. Dillingham, Collin, Fernie. They get a nice, weird, bad backcourt. And they give up Vooch about 3 years late. But, Boston finally gets a real center. Well, I guess they had KP, but he's made out of tissues. Al Horford's 100. This helps. Obviously, they're not going to do anything this year until Tatum comes back next year, but that helps. They could probably go to the second round now. JB, Pritchard, Derek White, Vooch. They will get Tatum next year. Good move. Vooch still has a little bit left in the tank for a year or two. Finally freed from Chicago. They got rid of Fernie Simmons. Chicago gets probably their best player that they got out of these last 3 trades. I think Simmons is really good, but Dillingham and Collin are good as well. And, yeah, good shit. Chicago definitely winners here as much as they were sellers. They definitely won, getting a lot of decent guards here, and they'll see who plays the best and who can get fucking sent out in the offseason. So, yeah, good for both sides. No issues here. Next. And then the most maybe out of nowhere trade of the deadline, the Clippers completely go into tank mode, sending Zubac to the Pacers for Benedict Mathurin. They had Jackson 2 firsts and a second. Great for both sides. Indy gets the best center they've had probably in a long time for next season, and LA receives Mathurin, who's good, and the Pacers pick, which will probably be top 5 because they suck. So, yeah, good for both sides. Clippers going to full tank mode. We already know the whole Kawhi bullshit. He's gonna get suspended, and da da da. So we'll see what happens with all that. Leaving the deadline with Garland and Bendigmat, though, let's say Kawhi didn't get suspended, their lineup would be what? Garland, Mathurin, Norman Powell. Is he on that team still? I don't remember. If the Clippers, no one cares. You'd have Kawhi. Um, Pretty decent. Getting younger, moving on from guys like Harden, CP3, getting with the old motherfuckers. Smart. Good move. Not much else to say. And then the one that actually happened, was it Wednesday night? No, it definitely did not happen. It definitely did not happen after a lot of these, but whatever. The Kuminga trade we've been waiting for like a year. Kuminga and Hield for Tingus Pingus. Sure, you get rid of a shit player for a guy who never plays because he's made out of glass. Cool. What are they really saying? Yeah, would you rather have Kuminga, who sucks, or Kristaps, who never plays, but is actually good when he does? Yeah, can we free Steph Curry already? Like, fucking trade him, please. Let free that fucking poor guy. He deserves better than retiring on these piss poor teams, but whatever. He has to keep babysitting Draymond, and yeah, probably whatever trade. If Kristaps ever plays, he's good. Outside of that, Atlanta keeps going to tank mode. No idea why they didn't trade Shea, because that dude sucks, but whatever. Jalen Johnson, you're the star now. Go make it happen. Kristaps, we know you'll play about 5 games, so there you go. And then I would imagine this is the last one. Yes, the last one. The second biggest move of the deadline. We have the AD trade, the second one in span of, 2 years? Somehow Charlotte sneaked in here and got Malachi Braham. Dallas got Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Tyus Jones, and Marvin Bagley and picks. And Washington got AD, Jaden Hardy, D'Lo, and Exum. Can we really say any team is a winner here? Dallas gives up the guy they got for Luka, making the Luka trade the worst trade in sports history, worse than Herschel Walker, Deshaun Watson, all of that. And they get back, so they pretty much traded Luka for Chris Middleton and Marvin Bagley. Let that sink in. Yeah, they're going to tank mode. Cooper Flag is fine. Just putting him around a bunch of garbage for the rest of the season. Who knows if Kyrie's going to even want to be there next year? Probably not. And then for Washington, yeah, on paper they look good now. Trey, AD, solid. But until Washington is ever actually good, I won't fucking believe it till I see it. They've been shitty for 30 years. So why would I expect them to ever change now? So Trey's good. AD is good for the 4 minutes he plays before breaking something. D'Lo sucks. Exum is Dante Exum. Jaden Hardy's fine. But let's just call a spade a fucking spade. In a perfect world where AD could actually play more than 1 fucking minute without breaking something, cool. But we already know he's gonna get on the court, fucking break something, and then fucking be out for 2 months. So it's cool an idea. It's a cool theory to have Trey and AD, and then you remember, oh yeah, AD doesn't play. So I don't know. Yeah, just kind of a lose-lose trade on every side. Washington probably still sucks. Dallas proves that they are the most inept fucking team in sports, and they made the worst trade in sports history. And Charlotte snuck in there for some random guy. So cool. What else is there to say? So, like, I heard people say Washington's trying to go into next year with Trey, AD, Sar, and whoever the top prospect is. I was like, cool, but you're still probably gonna suck. You're the Washington Wizards. So it's like there's a better chance Actually, that's a good question. What's the better possibility? The Jets ever getting good or Washington ever getting good? So, like AD in 2026 is not as cool as getting AD in 2022, 2021. So, dude hasn't been the same since the bubble. I don't know what the fuck he took during the bubble, but that was a different man. Now he's made out of glass. So, what's there to say? And yeah, that's all the trades. Obviously, AD and Harden would be the two biggest. And like, even though they're a bit older and washed, still cool, big trades. Kristaps and Kuminga and Zubac was crazy. Vooch, okay. Ayo and Kobe, good. Alvarado, cool. Chris Paul was just sad. Lonzo was sad. McCain, maybe the most scary one. The most like fucking, like, how can we allow that? Triple J was interesting. And yeah, and then there was, I think, 3 teams that didn't make a trade. That would be, who were the 3 teams that didn't make a trade? I think it was it like Brooklyn, the Spurs, who obviously don't, in Houston, I think. I know it was Houston, San Antonio, and someone else. I believe it. Well, Denver, I think, was the other one. Yeah, you're right, didn't need to. And all 3 of those teams are right and really need to. Maybe there's another team I'm forgetting. But yeah, very interesting. Like, and at the end of the day, it's just all a little bit pointless to an extent. We already know OKC is going to win again this year and probably next year. No one in the East is going to win shit anytime soon. And let's be honest, is Denver giving OKC a bet? Is Denver going to beat OKC? No. Is Minnesota? Probably not. Houston? I don't think so. San Antonio? Maybe next year would be their best shot, but I don't know about this year. Yeah, they're going to probably repeat, if not three-peat. And yeah, it's OKC's league, and they're just playing in it. So. But still a decent deadline. Of course, it sucks we didn't get a Giannis trade or a Karl-Anthony Towns trade. Both of those would have been sweet. But what can you do? Off season will probably give us that. And yeah, see what happens. So, fine deadline. I'd give it like a B minus. It was fine. And I'm just happy we got James Harden. my team made out with a good haul, and yeah, most of the trades were cool, interesting, and we'll see what happens. So I really there. So yeah, that's about all I really wanted to talk about. That why I went almost half an hour better than I expected. Then I know I went live a little bit late, and I doubt anyone would watch this anyway. But just want to talk about it. Tomorrow we'll get back to MMA with the UFC Vegas 113 pre-party. Actually, was a fight change today. Javid Basharat got a new opponent. Some random Mexican dude he will probably beat pretty easily, but we'll see. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Hopefully everyone makes weight and no one does anything stupid. We're 0 for 2 in that category, the first 2 cards of the year. And so knock on wood there. Breakdown will be out tomorrow as well. After I record that in a little bit. Yeah, not much else to say. Of course, Saturday and Sunday will be streams as well. After party and then Super Bowl stream on Sunday. That'll be cool. And yeah, not an all-star break stream because no one will watch that bullshit. At least it's not on goddamn Tuesday, which is fucking pathetic. And yeah, not really too much else to say there. Just want to ramble for a little bit about the deadline. Hope you all enjoyed the probably 4 people who hopped in for a second. And yeah, not very much else to say. Unless anyone has anything to fucking hop in and say real quick, which I doubt. I really don't have anything left for me to really say. As always, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn subscribe by the end of 2026. As always, unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I don't believe I am. Yeah, outside of today, no one gives a fuck about the NBA, and now it's end the fights in football weekend. I'm gonna say they're outside of. As always, RX out. Good vibes only. And always.